Slab Hub.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we're so sorry that I'm late. I can't believe it. Chris, I can't hear you. You're muted. Everybody, so
I wasn't ready.
I know. It's kind of like I was running late. I was at a college presentation with my youngest. It was supposed to be an hour long, and it ran over. And well, here we are. I don't even have my studio lighting set up or anything else. And I just got a message as I was rolling in here. I was trying to call Chris ahead of time, let him know where I was. I was trying to log in StreamYard on my cell phone to get us kicked off, but for whatever reason, it just kept spinning and wouldn't load the stupid StreamYard. And Eddie called me as I'm walking in the door, told me that Home Depot just showed up with his dishwasher and take the delivery, so he's not here to present anything.
Well, it's a good thing we have some books.
Oh, do you have something to show? Because I got nothing to show. Oh, excellent.
I just got back from Fan Expo, the big show that happens in my home city of Toronto.
And studio light.
And I managed to get some stuff signed by just a handful of creators that were there for the Friday edition of the con.
Oh, look at this. Maybe.
And never mind. We'll save that for my video. Because here we go.
I totally apologize, everybody. My wife was supposed to be home. They had a plan to. Oh my god!
I just got done apologizing because we started late because of me.
Well, they were supposed to deliver between 10 and 2. They told me after 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. He calls 10 minutes ago and says, "We're coming to get it." He goes, I said, "Well, can we reschedule? Push me up." He goes, "No, you'll have to reschedule through Home Depot." So, and my wife is nowhere to be found. No phone calls. I'm gonna just. Tonight's going to be a fun night if she comes home. I'm pissed. Oh, my God, I'm pissed. But they aren't here yet, so I got a few minutes.
All right. Well, and we got a bunch of people in here, and we can fill as needed. Look, Crucial is here. Yeah, Gary from the UK is here. Been catching up on a bunch of my old videos, and he's happy to be here. Welcome, Gary, for joining us. Navs Shop for Comics is here. We got Beth, James, Willie. Man, look at everybody. Nos Feast. Oh my goodness. The Comic Vet. Well, he's here, of course. Steven C. How you doing? Let's see. DJ Lynx is here. Excellent. Everybody's having a happening day. So let's go ahead and get us kicked off while Eddie's can, and then we'll, if Home Depot shows up with his delivery, we'll stall and do some giveaway and do some other stuff, and let's get rocking. So I'm going to go ahead and put Eddie into the position of honor, which doesn't happen much for him, I'm sure, but
never.
Shots fired already.
Who's being a dick? Oh, DJ's being a dick already. How's your dad's there, DJ? How is Jim Minton franchise kicks there, Sparky? Yeah, I'll kick back to that old joke. Sorry, he's gonna give me. Yeah. Okay, so I don't remember how this exactly goes. You're gonna.
So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna go ahead and take us on a journey of some of your slabs that you got there. Anything you want to say about them that makes them special to you? We may ask you questions throughout the process as we go, and answer questions from the audience, as well as any questions that you may have about the slab specifically, or if they have questions about slabbing in general.
Okay, well, small background. I started collecting comic books 35 years ago. 2007. How long ago was that?
35 years for sure.
I don't know. I have no idea. 2000. No,
longer than it seems.
It wasn't 2007. I'm sorry. It was the first year that when Secret Wars #7 came out. That was the first book I ever bought. So X-Men were always my big thing. 86. And when I decided to finally get back into it, that sounds like a truck. God damn it. So we're going to start off with my latest procurement. Second most I've ever spent on a slab, and it's a low grade anyway. I wasn't going to start with the X-Men slabs, but we'll go straight to them. I only brought one box out. This is driving the X-Men books. This is the latest one I got, 3.5. There's nothing special about it, but it is number 6. The first one I've ever had under 10.
It has the first Marvel's first mutant right on the cover.
Well, yeah, but it's Submariner appearance, Cyclops pinup. Guys, they are here. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Sure.
All right. Well, there we are with that. I have a slab, I suppose I can show that just arrived. Let me I'll make it separate from the mail call for this functional purpose, because this is a slab I am super excited to add to the PC. So as many people know, I have been like Chris, working on gathering up some ASM books, some early ASM books. Now, I don't have the collection of early 1960s books that Chris has just yet, but I have been
Playing catch up.
Not aggressive. I'm trying to do it intelligently. I will tell you that there were several books this weekend that I had opportunities to get, but they just went a little bit outside of the range I was willing to spend for raw books in the condition that they were at. So I was looking at earlier this week, there was an ASM 11, an ASM 12, a 19 that were all up available in raw books, probably in 3 to 4 ranges.
Yep.
But they just ended up going basically for slab prices, and that's been a problem lately. I think with the market has gotten to a point where people are mistakenly equating slab prices as the value of a raw book, and they're not.
Agreed.
Equal. So this is a book that is, oh my God, it is beautiful. So Amazing Spider-Man number 7. Let's see if I can get this with minimal glare. I get glare on everything because my overhead lights are too bright because I didn't properly dim them. But so second appearance of the Vulture. The biggest issue with this book, as you can see, is the significant subscription crease that runs down the middle of it. But I am willing to take a sub crease down the middle for a spine that's in phenomenal condition. I mean, there's no splitting. The staples are solid. Looking at the backside, I don't think this book was pressed. I mean, it's not going to press out that crease because that crease is so significant, but there's a lot of wrinkling in there. I don't know that it would be enough to get it to a 4.0 because the cover is a little dull. But it's just has a beautiful 3.5.
Agreed. That's actually very bright. I would actually, if you would have shown me that before you sent that to Sarasota, I would say that's probably 4.5 to 5.5.
I didn't send it to Sarasota. I bought this way. So this was a book I bought slabbed. For less than $500.
Terrific.
So yeah, that's
second appearance of the Vulture, correct?
Yeah, second appearance of Vulture, my first sub 10. Because I have
welcome to the club, sir.
Issue 10, so now I have my first single digit ASM book.
Welcome to the club.
I don't know.
Now the price of entry to the club is you have to get another one.
I guess for temporary purposes, we can take down that one.
All right. You see here on this edition of SlabHub, the Great Wall of Comics being changed out. Something being sent to the minors and a major key being sent up to the majors.
At least temporary. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I'm to that point where it's, I pulled down the other day Secret Wars 8, triple sign. I had taken it down off the wall.
Yes.
It's some of these, it's okay because it's time to take them down off the wall periodically. Because even though I'm in a position where there's no direct sunlight on them, and all my lighting in this room is LED lighting, which has minimal to no IR emissions, there's still that part of you in the back of your head that just sits there and goes like, do I should rotate just to make sure that I'm not fading these books, right?
Yeah. I get it. All
right. So Chris, you had something you were going to talk about.
Right. So as some of you in the chat may or may not know, Fan Expo is actually happening in my home city of Toronto this weekend. This is the first time the Fan Expo has actually returned since the pandemic broke. It's the granddaddy event for all of Canada. I know it's in the top 10 population-wise for North America when it comes to the size of the con itself. It's actually in 2 mega halls in downtown Toronto in the Metro Toronto Convention Center. With that being said, it's usually linked between with a tunnel, but because of COVID and the Ontario government still having a population control when it comes to large halls, that tunnel was closed. So if you want to check out either hall, you actually have to go outside to beautiful downtown to Toronto to walk around to enter each hall. Now, there are a bunch of Canadian YouTubers that are down there today, and they'll be down there tomorrow. Today is actually a sold-out event. But I decided to go just yesterday, just because I'm still a little fearful of COVID. I got to admit, not because I'm afraid of catching the virus, but I can't be out for 2 or 3 weeks without a paycheck. So I am fully vaccinated, but I wasn't really willing to roll the dice on going on their most popular day. And then in the end, it sold out before I had that chance to make up my mind. So I just decided to go on the Friday. Now, yesterday did present just a handful of comic creators. All the vendors were there. Everything was set up. A handful of pop culture celebrities were there. I did film it. I am in the process of editing a video right now as we speak. Well, not technically as we speak, but I'm just taking a break from editing for SlabHub. And I did get 10 books autographed from 2 different creators that I'm going to save for my video, but I am going to show the slab that I pulled off. Now, as some of you may know, Gotham Central Comics is one of those shops that are now getting into the exclusive game. They have an Incredible Hulk, one variant coming out in 2 weeks that has picked up some steam. They have done some other exclusives as well. I'm not affiliated with Gotham. However, I do know the owner quite well. I would consider him a friend of mine. And with that being said, we worked out a deal yesterday for a big spec book that I was quite surprised that he was willing to cough up. Now, the reason why I think he coughed it up so easy is because it's his own shop exclusive, but it is a yellow label. And I'm happy to get Scott Snyder's latest offering from Image Comics, along with Tony S. Daniel, Nocterra #1. In the Gotham exclusive and El Rey Comics cover by Joseph Schmalke. Now, this book is actually signed by the kind of reclusive Joseph Schmalke. Try saying that 3 times fast. But this is Nocterra 1, the shared exclusive with Gotham Central and El Rey. Yeah, and El Rey. And yeah, I'm really pumped to have another copy of Nocterra #1 because, as we all know, it's now a spec book. I believe the story has been optioned, but to have Schmalke tag this book, I think it's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I just sent 3 copies off to a signing event.
And yeah, I always meant to pick this book up from Gotham, but with the pandemic and Ontario being up and down with its closures and the amount of people that are allowed in stores, and that the store is actually about 45 minutes away from where I live now, I was just kind of waiting in the wings for next time I have the opportunity to go to Gotham and spend an afternoon. I was going to pick that one up along with a handful of the other variants that Gotham has done in the last 18 months. I did communicate with the owner. He is going to let me do actually a store tour of his fantastic facility at some point in November, and he's actually agreed to come on my channel and do somewhat of an interview / chat to talk about the fact that he does have some more exclusives coming down the pipe. He did mention that Marvel exclusives are a little bit more challenging than what Image Comics exclusives are, as we could all imagine. But yeah, it's I'm pretty happy to actually have this. I was on a very tight budget for the con yesterday. I was hoping to maybe get my hand on a non-graded sub 50 ASM that I needed. I think I'm down to maybe 10 or 15 copies that I need to, sorry, Rob, to finish that run. But the thing I found at Fan Expo, everything is through the roof. Now, I know Toronto is actually a very expensive city, and I believe you can relate to that, Rob, living in California.
Mhm.
California is an expensive state. Toronto is a very expensive city, and the prices definitely reflected that. And that beyond the currency conversion from American to Canadian, everything was inflated on top of that. So I kind of thought when I was
Yeah.
getting ready to leave, maybe I was there the wrong day to try and seek out some sort of deal other than working out a deal
I
for.
haven't
Yeah.
seen the market. Some of those retailers and stuff, they haven't reacted to the dip yet. They or they
Right.
haven't adjusted. There's a dip in what's actually we're seeing in sales across the board. As you and I have gone through and looked at some of the
Yeah.
examples previously, that shows there's definitely been a dip since July's peak. But
Yes.
there's still a lot of people who are asking for the peak.
Yeah.
I do want to fill in a couple answer some questions that were thrown out earlier in here. So we had DJ was asking, is this when they announced Sub is a mutant? I assume this is when it said that Marvel's first mutant. And so once they had declared that Submariner was a mutant because he was the first presented character who's been designated as a mutant. He's the first one to appear in comics as a mutant, as opposed to the chronological timeline of the Marvel Universe, where Apocalypse is generally, last I knew, given my limited X-Men knowledge, is the first mutant from
Right. Apocalypse is older than the High Evolutionary, right?
I honestly don't know. I just thought I
Okay.
remember hearing that was generally he's referred to as Marvel as the first mutant, but I'm sure if I'm wrong,
somebody will correct us.
Somebody will correct us as we go here. But Submariner was the first character to appear in comics who's then was decided he was a mutant, even though he's of hybrid lineage, much like Aquaman, part human, part Atlantean. He has also other attributes. His ability to fly, for example, is neither humans nor Atlanteans possess that ability. It's a mutant ability that he has. Let's see, what else do we have in here that came up with? Yes, that was the ASM book I've been waiting for. Fantastic Four #1 was when Submariner was said to be a mutant. Yes. Let's see what else. So was I bidding on the ASM 11 without a back cover? No. There were multiple ASM 11s that were up this past week. Actually, I've seen like 3 or 4, but I've only been looking at complete issues. Let's see what else we had here. #7 looks like a 40 something. Well, it's definitely over 40.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I kind of feel like a 40 something myself.
It's 60 something years old. That's the crazy bit. Let's see. Nick is lurking. I thought Deadpool was the first mutant. Yes, and WoW is the only MMO.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So let's see. What's up, fam? We are Legion. Absolutely. All right. So while we're waiting for Old Man Eddie, let's do a giveaway early. What the hell? What do you say?
Let's roll the dice.
All right. So let me go ahead and get my screen share up here and bring up the tool, the share tab tool, and add it to the stream here. And since we're talking about Eddie here, we're going to do hashtag get off my lawn. So hashtag get off my lawn. Go ahead and throw that into the chat, and we'll give you a few moments, and then we will give ourselves a pool, 5-book pool from the box. If I can get it. Gosh darn it. Everything is fighting me today. Move that out of the way. Oh, my goodness. This box is back up to being like half full.
Get off my lawn. That's pretty good.
All right. Let's see. I'm starting to see some get off my lawns roll through here.
Hashtag boobies.
What?
DJ.
That'd be something different. So yeah. Next week for SlabHub, Hopefully, we won't have this weird, awkward breaks in here if we have a show.
Mhm.
We had Nick is penciled in originally, but Nick might have a conflict and might not be able to attend. So we'll be trying to figure out whether or not we'll be doing a show. If you're available as a fill-in potentially, or just interested in joining SlabHub and being a guest on the show, remember to please reach out to me and let me know if we have opportunities. We're booking up into December right now. So most of November is scheduled, but happy to schedule out in advance because I am a planner. Okay, so I think we've given some people some time to do the man, come on, comics don't bend. All right, our get off my lawn. So let me go ahead and give it a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, 1. And let's collect our comments. 14, excellent. And the winner of our first giveaway today Navs. Navs is
all
our
right.
winner.
Congratulations,
of our
Nav.
Congratulations there, Navs. All right, let me go ahead and do this ahead of time because I always don't do this right. There we go. All right, Chris, you know the routine.
All right. Well, since Fan Expo is happening, and then normally it's 4 days, but this year it's 3. Let's do 3 from the front and 3 from the back.
All right, first book is there, and 1, 2, 3. All right. So our first book, Moon Knight, number 5.
Wow. Wow, you really did change that up.
Look at that. It's a beautiful book. 50
Give
center.
Give him the shocker.
All right, and next one here, we have a minimal cover, Teen Titans 25 with Lobo's girl on there, Crush. Beautiful cover.
Awesome.
Eddie's sending me a message saying he's almost done, so that's good. All right.
Let's go front to back for the final 3. Now.
We
Ooh.
have Titans number 11.
At first, I thought that was an X-Men book the way you pulled it up.
All right, let's see if we can get. I don't know if he's a huge Titans fan, so let's see if we can find something other than a Titans book. I think you've exhausted most of the Titans books that are in here. So
sorry, Dad. And now
you might like a Titans. Who knows?
Now.
How about the Immortal Hulk? Or no, sorry, the Totally Awesome Hulk. Sorry, issue 20. Tie into the Weapon H.
It's a great cover.
Okay.
And we'll let this ride for a second. Try and get something near the rear. Now. This is it.
So DC Pax Americana, Multiversity, double director's cut, a map of multiversity. This is a double thick book with Nathan Fair. I don't even know what this is, but it looks like it's
true, Mark. It's true.
I don't know what it is, so let's give him one more book.
All right.
Because I'm feeling generous.
You're a good guy.
And I don't know what it is, to be honest. I just know it's a comic book, obviously.
Now.
Deceased Unkillables. Yes. Number 2. There we go.
I really enjoyed The Deceased, especially when they handed the main storyline to Constantine as the main character. Thought it was terrific.
All right. Congratulations there. Put that off to the side there. So Navs, I believe I have your information, but just in case, the routine, hit me up just to make sure that I have everything, and I will get those out to you here shortly. All right. and he's still not at his desk. That's exciting. All right, books, just stay like that. So we got I don't know about you, but I was watching time crawl on books in CGC and CBC, even CBCS lately. I know some people have been getting them back pretty quick, but I've just been experiencing some a lot of nothing, and I'm really getting irritated with some of the books like that I've had out at signing. I sent in for the triple Jokers or the 3 Jokers triple signing back last year, and I'm starting to see people get theirs, but then I'm watching mine just sit there in like scheduled for grading. Or I've seen, like, I sent 2 books in for a Miko Swain signing, and one of them came back, but the other one's still sitting there.
Yeah, I believe I saw Very Gary and his 3 Jokers come back triple signed. Jason Fabok, the artist, is actually at Fan Expo as we speak this weekend.
Well, I mean, I understand that the whole thing was uber delayed because of the Canadian border, everything else, and that part doesn't bother. It's just when you had books in at the same signing as other people, and you're seeing them come back, and you're looking at yours, saying, "Oh, am I shipping?" No, they're still just sitting there in scheduled for grading, and you're just like, really? I mean, I got books that have been there 200 days that were there for grade only. And you start to wonder, okay, what point do I start? Some of the ones that I actually have in there that I paid for fast track on, at what point then do you sit there and complain to them and say, hey, I want my fast track fee back? Because, granted, you're giving me estimates, but I mean, come on.
Well, there was one other little bit of news that Mark from Legion of Comics shared with me earlier today, and I thought of you as soon as I read it. Image Comics is no longer doing second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever amount of printings. First printing is only printing. Once it's sold out, it's gone. So
Good
Image is
them.
Image. Apparently, hopefully it's true. But Image has decided to grab the bull by the horns when it comes to the multiple printings and shut it down. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to do a crap ton of exclusive covers, because we all see what Image Comics Department of Truth is going through right now. There's multiple variant covers for, it seems, each issue that they're putting out. But as soon as I saw that, I hate second and third, fourth printings.
It's not that I hate them.
I thought of you.
I dislike them when people assign them a greater value than the first printing, simply because there were less of them. And I agree, Navs. I liked, their idea that the not first printing, the bad idea did, right? It's like, look, it's first printing and then it's not, and who cares what the rest of it is? And that's great if you keep the same cover or whatever else. So that way there's not a big, a big thing. But for some reason, where people started, it's really kind of became a issue with like the Venom, that Venom 3, where all of a sudden you saw it all over the place, where it started happening something. So people started buying all these subsequent printings just to make sure that, oh, I got to have that subsequent printing just in case that's the cover that goes bonkers, right?
Right.
And it drives me crazy. Now, the disadvantage of getting rid of subsequent printings, though, is now you create, when a book does become big after the fact, hey, new, maybe something's new, you introduce it, it doesn't have that immediate following, but word gets out, and then it becomes big, and so you print based on what your orders are, because obviously you're not going to print 1 billion copies if the orders are for 20,000 copies. Well, that's going to then make it difficult to get those later, and could potentially create a market where people are buying up all these first issues and stuff early on, and more so than now, and sitting on them, and then really driving up those prices because there aren't subsequent printings for people who just want to read a book. Although it could also drive up maybe trade paperback sales instead for those people that want to read a book. So who knows?
I could obviously, personally, I think the big two are not going to hop on this train or deal with this bull. but I could see something like Boom Studios kind of following in Image footprint, saying, yeah, okay, we're not going to do the second, third, and fourth printings anymore, but we are going to do one hell of a lot of variant covers and a crap ton of exclusives, because there's so many different shops that are doing that online now, right?
Change your total. That doesn't really change your total print count. So, because you usually what they're doing is it's not like they're saying, okay, I'm printing 15,000 and then I'm doing this. The stores that have their exclusives, that's they're buying that number that comes out of the total print run that goes into a book. So, I don't think that's a big deal. Subsequent printings, obviously, I don't have a problem with subsequent printings. I just have a problem when some people think that a second, third, or fourth printing is somehow worth more than the first printing simply because there were less of that print run done, when in reality, it's the same book. It's additional copies that were made, so it should still be lesser. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm one man.
Yeah, I agree.
Grumpy old man. Speaking of grumpy old men, as I segue myself back in here, look who's back. Eddie's back. Back again.
Yeah, that was a clusterfuck.
Well,
they showed up, pulled the old dishwasher out, and went.
Save it. You can save that for Sunday's show, because this is my show, and we're not here to listen to you complain. We're here to show you, have you whip out the sexy like you never get a chance to do, and show us them slabs, baby.
This is my lowest X-Men ever. Like we said, number 6, and it's 3.5. So I do have right now. I think in the run of 1 to 100, I've got at least 60%, maybe 65%. I don't know the exact count.
That's terrific.
I mean, I'm missing a lot of the key books because I started doing this about a year ago and trying to just get slabs above. I tried to stick above 6 and 6.5s, but then Rob sold me one for 5. Rob sold me one at 5.5, so now I've dipped a little lower. But now we have
sold you a 5.5 for
I know.
Almost nothing, but
so
it wasn't worth a lot either. So
it was not a big deal. Okay, next up.
Well, we were just talking about that from our side. We were talking about the ASM side while you were gone with the 100s and less. So it's nice you're doing the same thing, but with X-Men books, which of course you're running into the problem that now all of a sudden X-Men wants to heat up like there's no tomorrow.
The prices have died. I've actually gotten the mail right back here, which I could open up 5 slabs today in 2 packages that are none of them are X-Men, because now you can't find them for, that 3.5 was over $300 total shipped. But I'm missing a lot between 10 and 10.
It was number 6, right?
Yeah, I've got number 10.
We just talked about my ASM 7. I just opened up while you were away. That's a 3.5 that was just under 5. Yeah,
I mean, I've seen a few. I saw 5 go for about $500 range. So I've got a lot of the raws. I've got raw 10 and 11 raw and a few between that. But then my next slab comes up is 21 and a 7.5. So it jumps a little bit. This one, just a Lucifer appearance. I've actually probably even have this one. I have a bunch of them that are loose, that are raw, that I have the slabs of already. I don't need anymore. But I don't know if they're better than these. Still a damn good book for what it is. I mean, there's not a lot wrong with it. Why I got a 7.5? It's off-colored is all I can see. There's no rips or anything else. The bottom corner's got some wear on it.
Yeah.
How fast do you want me to go through these? I can stack through the...
We'll just kind of go through. We'll slow you down and pause you as we need to, and give everyone a chance to take a look at it. And
now, next one up is I don't think it should be a 6. Oh, this one came in as 6.5, and it's number 22. It has the great writing on the X. I don't know. They use So I mean, back in the day, they'd write.
I like that logo.
This is one of my favorite covers. There's a few out there that I like better, but this one's got some spine ticks on it. The back is definitely yellowed and darkened. I've seen a lot worse. But then again,
wow, his internet. All of a sudden, the book flips around, and you never saw the book flip.
Yeah,
it's
Eddie, what's the character notes in the right side there?
Still for a moment, because your internet is choppy, and all of a sudden, like the video is there and it freezes, and then all of a sudden it moves. And so we're maybe for you're holding the book up for like probably 5 seconds, and we're seeing it for 1.5 seconds.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know my internet. Usually, I'm pretty good at this.
No,
this one's got Count Nefaria, Eel, Unicorn, Porcupine, Plant Man, and Scarecrow appearance. There's really This must be, yeah, I mean, there wasn't any majors. You're talking like 12 and 13 for your major Juggernaut first and second appearances, and I don't have that kind of money right now.
Right.
So we're hitting, nice. I'm trying to get out of the glare. I guess I can probably turn that light off. It never gets used anyway.
Yeah, that cover's still nice and bright, though, even though there's writing on the X.
The red's nice. Yeah, it did come out good. You can only hold so many of them.
Marble red.
Gotta move on. Before we get back into X-Men, I did get in the mail the other day one of my favorites as a kid. Well, no, I got this one a while ago. I was going to pull out a different one, but I think this needs a resurgence. If you can tell what it is. Prime #1 for Malibu Comics, the fully hologram book.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm just taking a break. We'll go back to X-Men in a moment. I'm trying to get a good...
No, that's fine.
It was just kind of one. I went when I first got back into collecting. These were my favorite covers back in the day. I didn't care about Malibu Comics. I didn't care about Prime. I cared about this book. I bought this book 30 years ago, and I kept it ever since. But it's there. I mean, if you like hologram covers, I've got 2 of these slabs and about 2 more that aren't slabs. So kind of my favorites. But we'll get back into the fun X-Men. I could bring all. Go ahead.
I was a victim to that gimmick as well, especially when Spider-Man was doing it across all the Spider-Man titles. The black, the green, the blue, and the red cover as well.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, and the X-Men as well too. Yeah.
Oh wait, we go straight to X-Men.
The green and the brown holograms. So you
Yes.
click both.
I must have bought. I definitely did buy this one secondhand because I haven't sent any of my X-Men in to get graded yet because I don't trust CGC at the moment. But 23, they actually did the nice little the thing that Rob hates.
I don't hate it. I just don't personally care for spending an extra $5 on the label for most part. I don't think it.
I'm kidding, Rob. I know you don't.
Yeah.
We have on this one. There is
my hate for real things that are worth hating, like subsequent printings being worth more than first printings.
Man, I stirred that pot today.
Yeah, you did. About to say, I kind of like the second printings when they only make small runs, and I can usually turn it. I can turn and burn them for something I need. That's all I did with that. There's nothing.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
I had some kind of connection issue. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. The notes on this one are just Count of Fairy, Eel Unicorn, same thing, same appearance. It must be a continuation of 22, but I like the little extra, even though you hate it.
Optic blast there going around something.
Well, yeah, it's not. It's supposed to be a concussive blast, so it should be hitting a one pinpoint and going. His blast from back in the day when we used to play the Marvel superhero game like Dungeons and Dragons, his blast is straight concussive energy. It should not do that. It might bend around something, I guess.
He's bending it like Beckham.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a lie. I mean, I'm forgetting what that character is, but look at that guy. Who is that again? I don't remember. That's a weird looking costume I've seen in a long time.
Not being a mutant guy, I couldn't tell you.
Well, it's not Scarecrow. It's not. Oh, that's probably Unicorn. Look, he's got the thing coming out of the center of his head. It's got to be Unicorn. But
yeah, I do enjoy those labels, but I just wish they had the information still on the front instead of putting the information on the back. That's my only drawback about those ones.
And we jump straight to number 26, up to a 7.0.
Oh, that one.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, that one's.
I love the colors on this one. The orange, that is supposed to be orange, not red faded. So
no, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be my favorite cover so far that you've shown.
Costumes that just pop right off the cover.
Yeah. And notes of interest: El Tigre appearance. Is that what's this? Yep, El Tigre appearance. Now, understand most of these books I picked up between $30 and $50 each a year ago.
Nice.
Now you can't even touch them for under 100. Doesn't matter. Nothing special. Mm-hmm. Nothing special about this book, but at a 7.0, not going to happen.
It's even got Xavier with his migraine headache on the cover.
Oh, you'll love this one.
That's exactly how I feel most days.
I need an Excedrin.
Oh.
I'm going to definitely have to. This one Rob will love, and I'm definitely going to have to get a new one because I don't believe this is even. You'll see what I mean. The only PGX I have in this collection. They say 7.0, and there is no way this is a 7.0. this thing is raunched in so many different ways. It is darkened around every corner and every edge. So maybe, and yeah, this guy had it for $129. I don't remember what I bought him down to. I think I got it for under $50.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I mean, it is in bad shape. It's number 29. Their notes on this one: missing staple, production error, tan and off-white pages.
Oh, missing staple production error. Okay.
Yeah,
that's different than missing a staple lost. That's why
okay.
it could still be a 7.0 with a missing staple versus, in other words, there's no staple holes in the book where they even.
From what I can see, it's on the bottom here. There's actually zero. I mean, you're not gonna be able to tell on here, but there's no. It's in the original thing. I mean, I don't see $129 on this thing, even in the shape it's in. I think just the coloring alone it's so dark. I might have this. I don't think I have this one raw, but I need to get it raw because it's just I'm not happy with it. But I'll keep it for now. But still, the Mimic and the Super Adaptoid, not first appearances, but still. Okay, we jump up to this one. I think I bought this one 5 other times by mistake, and I already had it in the 7.0. It's first appearance of the Cobalt Man, Ralph Roberts, and Candy Southern.
Candy Southern.
Yeah, number 31.
Ooh, again, with the colors on that one.
Yeah.
Candy Southern. That sounds like a peeler name. But anyway.
I have no idea. Cobalt Man looks like a fake Iron Man. I mean, that's what I'm getting out of that. He looks like Iron Man being
cobalt.
Yeah, but he has that.
Is cobalt stronger than iron?
It's like Titanium Man and freaking.
Yeah.
Still,
Molten Man.
Off-white to white pages. The back of it actually, I mean, to me, it's an easy 7 on this one. I think even higher, but hey, it's CGC. You never know what happens. But they've all got this Norman Rockwell ad on the back of it. They all have it. If you guys haven't seen it before,
yep.
Let's go with the.
I think it's pretty easy to say that it's a 7 when it's graded a 7.
I know. I'm just saying. I think it could get better. It's actually pretty nice. But this will hold like 2 slabs maybe. That is what that was. Oh, yep. Now we're up to one that I got from Rob. So, and actually the colors are great on this one. Number 41. This is the origin and first appearance of Grotesque. Origin of Cyclops, and has letter from, I don't get this part, letter from Fred Hembeck.
Oh.
What does that mean? I've never.
Fred Hembeck was an artist in the 80s that was basically doing a lot of covers for Marvel Age, that like 15 or 25-cent book that basically came out every couple of weeks that would do a brief description of the Marvel books that were coming out after it. I can like he did a bunch of covers for that. His art style was similar to what you would find inside Mad magazine or Cracked magazine.
So this must have been when he was a kid then.
Yeah,
right.
When he was younger.
Yeah.
That's what you'll see. You'll see these notations sometimes when somebody of note, either within or without the industry, writes a letter and their letter happens to be published in there, then they'll sometimes note it there because that can be collectible for some people, or be of, if somebody's a real big fan of that artist, they may seek that out for just that purpose.
Right. I know that Frank Miller also has a reference like that from when he was a child, and same with J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah,
they both had
Dragon 3.
Yeah, they both had their letters published as well, and then have become famous since.
Savage Dragon 3 will have that J. Scott Campbell notation that he drew a picture of Savage Dragon that was published in the letter section prior to him being a artist, so it's considered his first published art.
And this is probably my highest highest one out of the bunch, and this is number 45. Magneto, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Toad appearance, origin of Iceman, story continued in Avengers 53, which is what I'm still trying to get because I just want the dual books. And this is X-Men number 45 from 1968 and a 9.0.
Oh,
very
yes.
nice.
I can tell you exactly who I got this book from. Dave and whatever's Adam's card place. They had it on their website.
Everyone's
in Buffalo, New York. Yeah,
a decent price, and
no, it was up on eBay. I bid it up.
Oh.
It was $113. I won. This
been there
was
many times.
about a year ago, and then they sent me a $50 you said, hey, your next purchase $50 off.
There you go.
So I bought a $300.
That one's you get the legions of Roman legions figures off the back.
Yeah, this one has the. I remember these. I remember the dollar. It was $1.50, $1.98.
1,000 frickin' or whatever.
I would love to see
132 Roman soldiers, like little army men.
9.0. I don't see many of these. It's probably worth double what I paid for it now. But still, it's just Origin of Iceman is kind of cool. That's my lowest number when it comes to that, under 50. Oh, it's up 45. Yeah. Then we jump up to number 57 in a 7.0 Sentinel's appearance, Marvel Girl featurette. Marvel Girl featurette. So
the new logo. Mm-hmm.
You get the cross logo. Yeah. What number did they? I forgot what number they started the new logo at, but definitely yellowed out. This one on the back has "Finish your high school at home." So,
yes, there's a lot of that. Get your GED.
Yep. But still not bad. I mean, I really need to get my raw ones pressed, cleaned, and graded one of these days. I have a lot in between these that are not graded, but still having at least 30 or 40. I have a whole. This is only the first. How I keep my. Can't really show you a picture of it. How I keep my slabs. I use the BCW magazine boxes.
As opposed to the slab box?
Yeah, they just fit perfectly in there, side by side.
Fit perfectly in the slab box too. Oh, you turn them like sideways?
No, they actually fit. The magazine here, I can see if I can. It's half empty now, so I pulled a bunch out. Hang on.
I'm confused because they have a slab box, which slabs fit in perfectly.
I mean, they call the guy down south where I buy them from, and they're $1 or $2 more expensive than the other ones. Calls them magazine size. I don't know. These could be their slab boxes.
There are magazine size. They're a little bit wider.
Yeah, these have about a half an inch on one side. So I don't know.
Okay, so they're the magazine size. Okay, as opposed to the slab boxes.
And this is the next one up. This is probably I'm happy I got it, and this came from Whatnot. Southern Comic Geek was up on Whatnot, and yeah, it's the lowest. My lowest ranked slab I have, a 1.8 with number 58. This, of course, would normally cost me in good shape.
For it.
What?
I hadn't seen it yet.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, I had it up there. I'm not happy today.
You're doing about one frame every 20 seconds. No, not quite that bad, but
oh wow,
every once in a while you get your fine, and then all of a sudden it just like freezes, like right now, and you'll get a couple frames, and then it freezes.
What the heck is? I could reboot everything, but I'm not going to. It's the first appearance of Havoc in costume, Sentinel's appearance, Living Pharaoh, and Banshee cameo. The cover, he said when he sent it into them, the cover was not detached. So I guess they detached the cover. But really, after looking at all the damage on it, it's barely a 2 to 2.5 even. The back has got, I don't know what the heck those, but still, I'm not paying $500 or more for a decent book of this one. I think this one costed me on the auction there was like $70.
Wow.
So just to say I have it and I don't have it raw. So this is the major appearance ones I'm missing from this area.
So it's one of those books that it's like, you know what, hey, I got it, and if the opportunity comes along to upgrade at a great price, great. But otherwise, you keep on chugging.
Yeah, that cover's starting to get some homage love as well. That's a great cover.
I don't have the what do you call it? We're almost in. No, we're still in the 50s. I thought we were about out of there, but this is number 50, first full appearance of Eric the Red. I don't know why anybody cares. It's Eric the Red. Magneto, Mesmero, and Polaris appearance. This one is the Origin of Beast. This is number 52. It's got some. It's not bad. I think. I don't know the Eric the Red part. I've read some of the older books and the reprints, but I haven't read all of them. The only Stanley signature I can find I have is I've only have 2 things ever signed by him. Is when I was doing security at a convention probably 30 years ago. I got to sit next to him for about 3 or 4 hours while he signed. I have that hardbound 1 through 10 masterpiece book signed by him on the interior. I thought he signed a second piece for me, but I have no idea what it was. It could be gone now. So, but yeah, not a bad cover. I think the colors are still there. Nothing's faded or bad.
Yeah.
But nothing exciting either. But
It's fine.
it's
6.0. It's fine.
Yeah, we got to remember that we're talking about books here. These are books from the 60s.
Yep, 68, 69.
So the fact that they're 60 plus years old, or 50 plus years old, is,
and also
nothing to stick at. We ain't that much better either.
I was
God knows I'm not as good as
when this came out. I mean, looking at this next one, it got a 6.5, and I can see where it could be pressed. It has some pressable stuff, but do I want to go through that whole thing? It's a 6.5. It's a 6.5. Barry Windsor Smith's first U.S. comic book work, blaster appearance, another origin of Beast. The coloring on this I like it, but it has a lot of pressable defects in it. It came in at X-Men 53 at a 6.5.
Oh, that does look very nice.
Very beautiful covers, but if you put it in the light, you can see where it can be pressed out.
Yeah, it's a question of if the pressable issues are what's preventing it from getting the higher grade or not. If they are, then it's potentially worth down the road.
Along the edges, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 color breaks on the bottom side.
If that's all there is, depending on how big they are.
Down over here, I see about 6 of them coming here, but I really don't see the upper left's got a little bit of a bend. I don't know if you can see it right there, but I mean, still the coloring on these, to keep their coloring for 1969, I wasn't born for 2 more years. So, okay, let's see what we got next up. Forgot I had this one. Not like it matters. Second appearance of Sauron. I never got. Yeah, so we skipped right. Number 61.
This is Lord of the Rings now?
I need number. Yes, that's how you say his name, right?
One of my favorite villains, actually. Yeah.
So I probably don't. I think I have number 60 in Raw. Maybe not. I probably don't. That's the thing. When you go looking online, you see a lot of this book around. You don't see a lot of 60 floating around. You'll see 62 in the second appearance is floating around. But hey, I'm just going to want to take a quick look and see if I had number. I don't think I have number 60. I'm missing. I have it on my phone. Has my whole list of everything I miss. When it comes up to here, I've got 57, 58, 59, 61, 62. So missing 61 just because people asked the premium for that, and I just haven't found a decent copy that I'm willing to bid on yet. So still, I like that one. Oh, and this one, I've almost bought this one twice in the last few weeks. This is the only CBCS book in my thing, and I just don't like the slab. So probably one of these days I'll get it redone to a newer slab, or Marvel 12th, 1969.
What are you going to redo it because it's a CBCS? Is that what you said?
Well, no, I want their bigger slab. This is an older CBCS.
Oh, okay. You want the new slab.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care which one it is. I don't care. It's just it feels real flimsy.
Okay, fair enough.
First appearance of Lorelei, Magneto cover and appearance, Khazar, Zabu, Brainchild, Amphibious, Lupo, Barbarius, and Gaz appearance. Cover art by Neil Adams and Tom Palmer, number 63 in a 7.0. I think if this was pressed and cleaned, it would probably get close to an 8.
Of Magneto. So who's what's the stasis chamber or something?
I don't know offhand. It's been last time I read these is when they put them out in the classic X-Men, that series, when they started redoing those. Even those weren't. I don't think they went back this far.
No.
So a lot of these.
They started at GSX.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't. That's one I don't have. That's on my list.
GSX.
It's just a very, very thin slab, and feels very like I could almost.
Yeah, it's the older slab. Fair enough. Yeah. Got a couple of those. I understand what you're talking about.
But I'm more going to spend the money on. Oh, hang on. Now I see why this got a 6.0. We'll go back to 52 really quick. I was looking at it. I turned it over. Look. The big red mark at the top. And if you look up here, you can see some red speckles. Might be hard to see, but up where the X-Men is right here. So whatever, it got hit with ink of some type. So no big deal. And I think we now start hitting reprint stops. So the reprints you can get under $100, but this is now we jump from 69 to 1972. This one has the Marvel Girl pinup inside of it. So it's number 75, and the reprint covers are a lot more colory. A lot more color, a lot more popping. So I forget which ones reprint what issues, but after 66, people are asking a lot of money for these still. So, like the reprint of 13 of Juggernaut's first appearance and all that stuff still goes for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I think not a bad cover. And we go straight
Well,
to
we talked about that with like some of the facsimiles too, like even the very recent like facsimiles for X-Men 1 and some of the other stuff where you're talking about 9/8s going for over $100. And you're like, really? But
yeah, I almost thought about sending my facsimile of number 1 in just to have a number 1 slot. I'll never see number 1. Okay, now we go straight from 75 right to 78. They don't say anything. I don't know if do they put notes on reprints?
Ooh, I don't know.
I was wondering about that.
I know they do on facsimiles.
Yeah.
So
the Menace of Merlin. This would have been if they started I think they started the reprints 66. So you figure this would be reprint of number. No, it can't be number 12. That's the first Juggernaut. So 67, this would be number 11, I guess, if you consider it a reprint, which I have number 11 put away in raw copy, but it's my 10 and 11 are in really bad shape. It got 10 I messed up myself. I crushed it by mistake. Don't ask.
So were the reprints sold directly as reprints, or did they start partway through the X-Men run, just start reprinting old issues as new numbers?
That's exactly it.
That's
really?
That's why
it's like, oh, hey, our writers are going on and taking a vacation, so we're going to just put out new issues of old books.
Yeah,
they had to fulfill subscriptions, so they removed the creative team away from X-Men and actually started producing it bi-monthly, and then almost to the point they were considering it just being a seasonal book, and they were just reprinting the early stuff. And it's basically Neil Adams stepped in, and he was given his opportunity in his early days with Marvel and helped turn it around. But at that point, it was selling just okay. And then, they gave Dave Cockrum, or Cockrum apparently gave the idea about why don't we just relaunch the whole team and see what we can do from it. And then it became a phenomenon after that.
So, that's really interesting. So in other words, there's like whatever number of issues, and there's a bunch of reprints. And of course, I mean, I know about classic X-Men and X-Men Classics, and about now what's the other one now? Legend. Now there's another
Legends is another reprint.
Yeah,
I got a question about this one. You might know that I got this inside of a mystery box yesterday. The video will be up later. I'm curious. He asked me what I like, and he filled it with X-Men. So, but then this one came. And I know it's a reprint, of course, but I didn't know the thinking behind it. I really haven't even opened it up yet. It's a reprint of number 4.
Well, is that a reprint or is that the facsimile? Does it have the barcode on the front?
That's a straight up facsimile. Yeah, I think
there's no barcode.
I thought that's been released. I thought in the last 2 years. To be honest,
there was one, but there was released, but it would have had but it had a barcode on it.
This has no barcode. I know. I mean, it's actually damaged for that. I mean, you look at the back of it. No, it's definitely not a facsimile. The year on this one was 2002.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just a straight up reprint.
Oh no, you know what? Well, it's interesting. It's actually I'm looking even at the 2020
an anniversary edition reprint.
The 2020 facsimile does not have a barcode on the front either.
Okay. Now, does that the Scarlet Witch in green or in red? Because I believe there was a reprint / facsimile, however you want to call it, where they actually corrected the Scarlet Witch on the cover. See, that's the corrected one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the facsimile in 2020, she's in green.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 2002. That's all. I was just curious.
Interesting.
But, we're going to skip through the reprints and go just to the good one.
Yeah, we're talking about slabs here, so.
I know. I just wanted to question since.
No, but that was interesting because I didn't realize that there was an.
The X-Men almost died literally, and Neil Adams brought them back.
I mean, because I know that when I talk about Golden Age books, there's a lot of Golden Age books that are really just collected reprints of the comic strips that ran in the
Yeah.
newspapers and whatnot. But I didn't realize that X-Men within the first 100 issues started reprinting their own issues, like freaking
That's
eating
66.
itself.
It stopped at 65, and what 66 to 93 were the reprints, as far as I remember.
Wow.
Right.
So
Yeah.
all
That's
those
sure
when
is
I'm
saying
not an
that book is
X-Men
from a
guy, I
toy.
have no. This is a major thing, and I have no idea. I'm learning something. I love it.
So that's why when I try to get, I'm trying to fill in like the 80s and the between 10 and 20 in the 80s is where I seem to have bigger holes for some reason. I don't know why. The 80s might be considered a lot of the key issues because that's probably the first Juggernauts in there and those kind of ones because that's about where they'd be, right? About issue 12, 13, 14. But my most expensive book, and the more I look at it, the more I'm not even sure if this grade works. The most expensive book in my collection as of right now when it comes to X-Men at least.
Oh yes. Okay, so the first ongoing appearance of the new team.
Yep.
Yeah, that book has caught fire in the last 12 months.
If you can't have a GSX one,
All new, all different.
That's the one to have.
New X-Men begins. Sunfire leaves. Second appearance of Nightcrawler, Storm, Thunderbird, and Colossus. So now I was talking when I got this book. I mean, it has. I don't think it'll ever get a better grade because on the top of it, it has that white area. The sides are, 6.5 is the best I was going to do, and it was weird. I was making a deal with a guy to buy a 6.5, and he wanted me to transfer the money to him, basically, without any guarantee I'd ever get the book.
Right.
So I used one of my credit cards, and I used my credit card, and he doesn't get back to me for 4 days. So I called my credit card, canceled the whole entire thing, got my money back on it. Found this one online.
What's the issue number on that?
94. I found this one online. I think I paid just under $400 for it. 10 months ago? After I did my first mystery box run, this was the only book I bought for myself out of that run, probably. That and some new ones.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, as a 6.5 book, that particular book, September 12th, $950. August 13th, $999.
Nice return.
August 11th, $1,600.
Wow.
So that was the peak.
It's come down.
It was actually July. Go back to July. It was $1,800. Was the peak sale.
Wow.
So it's dropped 50%.
Yep.
In the last 3 months. So if you want to talk about buying the dip and you're interested in this particular book, right now is the time to buy. You can get it for less than $1,000 on a book that was up close to 2,000 just 3 months ago.
I got it for under 400. So I was not, and that was on eBay. And I don't remember the exact date I got it, but it's probably about 10 months ago.
Wow, that is a
timing is everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But just wait for any kind of MCU news when it comes to the mutants, and then right back up that book goes.
There was all the spec. It was building up that spec. That's throughout the summer. We hit that crest.
Ooh, I get a book out of it.
The dip. There isn't any news yet, but as soon as you're going to start to see news on X-Men and stuff populating, you'll see it jump right back up there.
Yep.
So Eddie, I'll give you 200 for it right now.
250.
That's the book I said I'll never sell. One of these days, these X-Men may leave me if something happens, but right now they're all staying. Now,
if something happens to your wife, will sell them in no time flat for $50 a piece.
I still have no clue what. Yeah, that's why
I'll sell you the whole lot for $200. Just get them out of my house.
Collecting dust. I'm tired of it.
As Eddie starts rolling over in his grave, literally.
She has no clue of collectibles. Right now, I don't even know where she's at. She still hasn't gotten a hold of me. I think she's sitting down in Mesquite playing slot machines. That's my guess. When she gets into this mood right now, she wanted to kill her work. So, I mean, she's in such a bad mood right now. I'm leaving her alone. I'm pissed at her. She didn't come back when I asked her to, but oh well. We jump straight up to Return of Havoc and Polaris. First appearance of Lilandry, face not shown. Eric the Red appearance, number 97.
There's your Eric the Red again.
Yep, he's back. On the back, I know this. On the back, this is cool stuff.
Yeah, I always enjoyed that cover.
Yeah, it's probably one of the cooler ones. Yeah. And then on the back, going slow so you can see.
Oh, yeah, my stunt cycle, baby.
Yes. The loudest toy made without sirens.
I want that so bad.
I had a You remember those old fold-out sets they made for Hot Wheels and Matchbox?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I had the Evil Knievel fold-out set that had the arena on one side and the jump across the river on the other side, made for tiny little toys.
There's
So,
a
Rob's
short
asking, is that the
documentary.
first Shi'ar?
Yeah, there's a short documentary about the filming of that commercial for that toy and how many takes it actually took for them to actually pull off the stunts that toy did. It's actually a great watch for those that can remember that commercial. That the commercial sold the toy as far as I'm concerned. Because
Shop
we do
I have.
multiple loops and stuff, multiple flips, and always land perfectly. But yeah, it was it was a week-long process.
Shop had a question about the first Shi'ar or whatever on that book or not. I don't.
Not on this one. It's not the first
All right.
Shi'ar. It's the first
All right.
Landry. You see the head
I'm
of the
very
Shi'ar?
sorry. I need to step away for just a second, Chris.
Sure.
I'm going to leave it in your capable hands here.
Sure.
Eddie, about how many books you got left there? Out of curiosity.
Out of this box, if you just want to stop after that, I got 5
Yep.
books left.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
This is the low X-Men. I got a whole other box of higher ones after that. If we were doing it again, this is all below. I think this one stops in the low, about 123.
Okay, it's 123. So Alpha Flight has already been introduced. Then okay.
Well, the next one up, everyone will recognize the cover of it. This is the only major X-Men book I actually did buy and send to CGC, and it came back as a 9.0.
Oh,
Most famous
terrific.
cover you'll ever see, number 100.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Old
this
team
book-
versus new team.
I think I spent $80 on it, and I sent it over. The more I look at it, it's not in the best shape in certain spots. I mean, it's got 5 or 6 color ticks. The back has got a spot or two at the top, but still one of my favorite covers. When I got this back, I was hoping for 8.5 because I only paid $80 for it. And I
Right.
guess does that mean it's the newsstand? Which is that, director new? It's got the
So-
barcode back this time.
Then you have the newsstand. Yes, you do.
Yes, it was the newsstand. A friend of mine has a signed book by Claremont, I think, because this is Claremont stuff, right?
Yes.
My friend's got a signed one, and I kept on talking to him about buying it. I think it's a 9.0 for he wanted $350 for it. So I just haven't been spending money lately.
I believe Claremont may have taken over 96 or 97, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He's in 97. He's in 94. Claremont Story. It's
Okay.
Len Wein, is the other one. I've actually met Len Wein.
Right.
The same convention I did security at where Stan Lee was there, they had Len Wein and Wolfman there. So I went out of my way, and it took me 3 hours to find a book the two of them had done together, which is some Batman book, which I still have. And of course, they signed it on the inside cover. It's the one where Robin's falling apart and draining into ashes. That's the famous scene for him. But yeah, either way, a few more books, and I'll let you guys out of my hell. I got to open up I got to do a video on the new stuff. Guys, I got 5 slabs in the mail today. I'm not buying. These were, don't ask. Shouldn't buy stuff. There's a guy on Facebook that does great slab deals. You say he's got a 9.8 for $80. If you got a 9.6, he drops the price down to 40. So to me, I'm I'll take it. So I got covers that I normally would never get but they're all mainly modern.
Gotcha.
But the variant covers, he had the what's the one with the one that did the Nirvana cover with the baby in mid? Was it
the Nevermind homage? Yes.
He did two. He sold 2 9.8s for $150 each.
Wow.
I would have jumped on it, but it's one of those things. He posts the picture with the price. First person to say claim gets it.
Yeah.
So it's a timing thing. He does it every Monday night. I told Ben Parker who it was, but next one up, I love this cover, and it pops nice. Magneto first appearance of the Starjammers in cameo.
Yes.
Wow, actually, X-Men number 1. What? Oh, this is first I've ever seen an X-Men number 1 1963 Homage cover, which I didn't even realize, but then when you look at it, you realize it. It's number 104. It's beautiful yellow, actually. Came out pretty good.
Yeah, that began the Starjammers saga, which eventually led to the Phoenix saga. But that's a lot of platform writing right there that just kicks off basically the next 40 issues. Yeah, that is a terrific cover.
I'm missing 101, which is the big one everybody has, and I don't know if I'll ever. At this rate, I may never get giant size. I may never get 101. Rob's back.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no problem. I don't care.
I didn't have a chance from when I got back from this school thing to here, and Starbucks was. Yeah,
You
well,
need this
that's all you need to
coffee.
know.
Now, this is one I got extremely cheap. It cost me about 30, 40, 35 bucks probably because it's not a big deal. Mesmero and Magneto appearance, but the cover of it is just one of my favorites. Number 111. Arcade.
Yes,
That-
Arcade.
That is a busy cover.
It has 7.5. I don't even know. I can't figure out why it got a 7.5. I just like it because it's just that cover, and I think I have it loose. I have it raw, probably in like a 9.
Yeah,
But
I
still.
enjoy Arcade and Murder World and his whole Carnival of Sins and Carnival of Death. That's just some fun stuff. Yeah.
Well, actually, in the last when I was buying Masterpiece cards, I should never do that. We won't go into Marvel Masterpiece cards. I actually got his the plate they used to make the card. I got one of the colors from it. I ended up selling it because I'm not doing cards. It was bad. And second to last book before Rob can go on to something else. These are ones in like the 110s and above that I was able to pick up pretty dirt cheap. They're nothing exciting because really I've been trying to hit below 100s only. But if I see a $30 or $35 one where a guy goes $40 or best offer, I'll throw him a $20 offer.
Yeah,
But it's
Nothing
only
wrong with it.
This one is Khazar, Zabu, Garrick, Zaladane, and Carl Lycos appearance. I don't think any of those characters are even used anymore. Number 116 is 7.0. So still, this cover with Colossus getting burned alive, which is kind of funny. He could never actually work, but still.
It's a cool cover. It's still only 35-cent star in the corner and the UPC code. That's a cool book.
He goes away soon, I think,
now
right?
you say that he couldn't be burned alive, but I ask you.
According to Marvel Superhero the Game, his body armor and his heat resistance and all that, you would have to do a lot hotter than that.
But metal is not heat resistant. It's conductive.
I know.
So it's going to heat up, and unless his internal organs are also turning to metal, they're going to cook inside this metal pot.
Well, they didn't quite. And this again is the final.
It's like I'm the cast iron man. Bake some bread in me.
You sound like that guy that would stand up at a Q&A session and question Claremont about his choice of suit material. Like, why in the 70s, Chris, did you decide to use metal knowing that it can conduct heat?
Okay, now this one definitely is one not worth redoing. This is the one I meant with Arcade. This is probably the one I got for about $30 because of what it is. It has a crack along the top center. It's an old CGC slab. You'll know it right away when you see it. X-Men 123, Spider-Man and Arcade appearance. I mean, it's in bad shape, and it's really, but still 9.0.
There we go.
It's in bad shape. It's a 9.0.
Well, no, it says
near
I'm talking
mint.
about the slab.
It's fine.
The slab has a crack up here.
Oh,
and
the slab is in bad condition.
Yeah, sorry,
okay.
I was. It's so thin. Even the CGC slabs.
The old CGC slab.
Yeah, you love on top.
They are not great. No.
10 pages of notes on top.
Well, it's mostly just stuff about them, not notes about the book.
I know. I'm just saying it's kind of funny, but yeah, another Arcade one. Just because I was in love with Arcade for a while, so I grabbed whatever I could. I think this was another $30 slab. So that is it for this box. There's a whole other box of X-Men slabs still. I have not gone through, but you got.
I would get not being an X-Men guy who reads it. Does Colossus get tossed around a bunch by Magneto?
No, he never did.
They don't explore. They use Wolverine more than Colossus when
Wolverine,
it comes to.
I know Wolverine gets tossed around and manipulated. And stuff.
Wolverine gets
Colossus?
bent around by him. I don't know. I don't know if they ever said why.
Is he a non-magnetic metal and non-heat conducting metal? And what is it? Was he made of freaking carbon fiber? I mean,
soapbox time.
No, I'm just curious.
I can find the Marvel superhero books.
Look, I don't expect
character.
comic books. I don't expect everything to make total sense, right? There's a suspension of disbelief that goes along with it to a certain degree. Oh, I got bit by a spider. Suddenly now I have spider powers. No, it doesn't work like that. We understand. But
radioactive spider.
But I like there to be some continuity. If you're going to sit there and say that this dude can control metal, and he does it to such a level of magnetism, such a master of magnetism, that he can control iron in people's blood. Well, how come Colossus isn't being tossed around at every?
He should have been, but he wasn't.
He should have been used as a weapon against the rest of the X-Men.
Maybe he's just taking it easy on that product of the Cold War as well. You know, like because
Okay, but
let's
okay,
be honest.
Now iron can be magnetic, right? Everybody has iron in their blood. Why didn't Magneto just use that?
He does in sometimes,
But not as bad as he could.
No,
I mean,
granted, he could just kill tons of people, rip it all out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be it. I mean, that'd be the entire. No, goodbye, end of show. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
they never make him do that either. I mean, so who knows? It's a
Let's
mess.
see.
What do you want? But
so
yeah, you can
Colossus
take me out
has
of
never, but Colossus has never defeated Magneto. Whereas Magneto, whereas Wolverine would get in there. Like Rob's points, but is hypothetical. Yeah, of course, yeah. There you
Well,
go.
the fastball special would never work against Magneto. I think they've tried it several times, and it's always been kind of like,
wave them away.
you can take me out of being big. I don't like being big. Get me out of here.
Okay, well, fair enough. All right, cool. Well, hey, Eddie, we appreciate you coming on the show and sharing what you got there. Obviously, you got some more, so we can always look to have you potentially come
DJ.
on and share some books
Oh,
with
there's
us
a lot
again.
more.
What do we got, DJs? Wow, now I hate Magneto. Yeah, there you go. I mean,
DJ comes in with the ending, of course.
I'm just,
Knew that was coming somewhere.
well, I understand that Colossus right now is a pacifist too, right? He just wants to farm.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of him in that case. I really wait. What was that?
His is classic X-Men.
Classic X-Men.
Ooh,
One.
Really?
Just because I'm a Arthur Adams fan and I consider this one of his masterpiece covers.
I'll give you that in that case. Other than that, I'm going me.
It's a reprint of GSX or GSX.
Oh yeah, I've actually in my other box. I've got the higher end ones, and then I've got some of the weird covers. Like I've got what's the clown one? I've got the clown one, CG Seed. What's his name? The special one with Bozo the Clown or whatever, X-Men meets. I've got that one in a 9.6 or something.
Okay, well,
Sorry,
it's now time for another giveaway. So this one, we're going to get hashtag Grumpy Old Man. Go ahead and throw that out there for us.
I thought you were going to do like hashtag dishwasher or something.
No.
Hashtag, forget I can't say that.
All right. So meanwhile, while we're leaving everyone a chance to type in the hashtag for this giveaway here, Eddie, what have you got coming up on the channel this week? Or what can people find on your channel if they're not subscribing currently? Which, by the way, is really easy for them to do because they can just look down below in the description here on this video, and they'll see the link to both Old Man Eddie's IG and his YouTube channel, so you can subscribe and follow him as well. While you're at it, Chris the Comic Bits information is there too, so you might want to go ahead and sub him up as well.
Tomorrow night we have good old. I'm going to make the thing in a few minutes. Cranky Comic Chat, which Rob and Taylor, and we've had a regular. Jason's been on for the last few weekends. He might join up. He's the toy portion of it now, so he is our toy specialist. But other than that, this week we have. I purchased a weird 3 slab $120 box off eBay. See what I got. And the other one that comes up, I'm only doing 2 weeks now, is a very large That Spider-Man box I got from doing one of their Friday when they were doing Friday giveaways. I spent a bunch of money and got a bunch of things. So that's it this week.
All right, cool. How about you there, Chris?
Like I mentioned earlier, I'm in the process of editing a very large video spotlighting my tour yesterday of Fan Expo in Toronto. And it'll show some of the highlights and the lowlights of what that big monster con is. Tomorrow, I'll be releasing 2 cool guys, 2 hot picks. I'll be on Mark's channel tomorrow night for At Week's End. And Monday, I will have a Mystery Box Monday video. Wednesday, I invite everyone in the chat and everyone on this panel. If you picked up some new comic books on New Comic Book Day, come hang out. That'll be starting around 6:30 Eastern time. And that's my next few days.
Excellent. Let me try to tilt the camera a little bit better to be able to do this. All right. So everyone's got their hashtag Grumpy Old Men in there, or Grumpy Old Man. Sorry, Grumpy Old Man. this week for me, the big thing will be Monday mail call. It's going to be out of this world. Wink.
Well done.
And I think I have a mystery box coming up later on in the week, around Thursday, probably. We'll be opening up. All right, let's go ahead. We've given everybody a bunch of stuff there. I give up with all these hashtags. Hashtags need to get off my lawn. There you go. Nice. All right. That
Was that DJ? Oh, nope.
No, that was Comic Journey.
Oh.
All right. So, Eddie, how are you doing?
Working on mystery. Oh, another thing. I'm working on my final set of mystery boxes for the year. It's going to have at least 5 under 100 X-Men in there. Sorry.
All right. So we're going to. Oops. You know what? I should.
Who won?
Do the. Yeah. Let me add it
Well,
back.
who won?
Let me add this back
Who
to
won?
the stream here. Let's go ahead and collect those comments. 13, and let's draw.
Lost Cruises.
Stephen
Stephen
C.
C.
All right, Stephen. Congratulations here. So what we're going to do, Eddie, is you're going to pick a number either from the front or the back, or we're just going to go back and forth and you're going to tell me when to stop. Your choice. We're going to do this. We got
10
5
from the back. 10 from the back.
Since I did 6 books for Nabs, we'll do 6 books here as well.
10 from the back.
10 from the back.
Random number.
School of freaking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from the back. All right, we have The Flash, issue 322.
Oh.
Hmm.
Late 70s.
I like the cover.
With gold boots. That's just
Well
a
done, sir. Well
random.
done. Well placed.
All right, what's next?
Oh, you want me to keep on going? 8 from the back.
8 from the back. Eddie likes it in the back.
Let's say Rob likes it in the back. I was about to do the same joke. That's bad.
Yeah.
Taylor's not here, so I can't make even the worst joke I was going to make.
Okay, we have Catwoman issue 6, the minimal trade variant.
10 from the
Great
front.
cover.
Very nice cover.
10
Great
from
cover.
the front. Oh,
10 from the front. 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, we have Batman Secret Files Clown Hunter.
Oh.
Ooh.
Brought to us by Ed Brisson.
All right, next.
2 from the front.
2. Suicide Squad Rebirth issue number 1.
It's a good Harley cover.
That's 4 books. Got 2 more books.
Front and the back.
The front.
And the back.
All right, I will, Stephen, you have your choice because these are the back book is Scooby-Doo Team Up.
Oh, there you go.
You may take this book or you may pass because I always give that option on a child's, and we'll take the next book instead.
Is that a DC book?
It is.
Wow.
Really?
I didn't know they had the
Teams up with
trademark.
Yogi Bear.
Wow. I didn't know that.
He's going to pass on that one. So we'll take the next book in the line, and that is Captain America issue number 50.
Oh, that's a cool cover.
Very nice.
Double thick book. Congratulations.
More
All right.
shipping for all.
And that first book is Dies? Die? I'm not familiar with this one.
Oh, yeah.
Die 3.
Die
Mhm.
3.
Guy number 3. You half the time you can't even read those covers.
Not to be confused with Die, Die, Die.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Congratulations there. Stephen C., I believe I have your information from just recently. So you should be good to go. All right. Congratulations to all our winners, Navs and Stephen C. Next week, be sticking around. Pay tune. There's a 50-50 chance we may or may not have a show next week. depending upon our guest, or if we're able to get a guest host, somebody to fill in if our scheduled guest is not able to make it, as he thinks he may not be able to. Also, if you're interested in being a guest on Slab Hub, please reach out to me via Instagram, or reach out to Chris. He'll relay the message if you're afraid, if I'm intimidating and scary.
That's true.
Yeah, by all means, please reach out. We'd love to have you on and show off some of your slabs. Eddie's shown that anyone can do it.
Wow.
Ooh,
Just
Wow.
wait for that to hit. I knew it was
I know.
coming.
No, those are some good slabs. The early X-Men slabs. Those are some meaty slabs. There's no doubt. Some sexy goodness.
That's about the whole of my DC
Congratulations. And for
fortune.
those of you who joined us early, expecting us to start on time today, thank you for sticking with us through the
Thanks, Jeff.
trials and tribulations we had at the beginning of the show, between my being late to my own show, and mostly because, hey, you know what? Family is more important sometimes than you guys, even though you guys are like family. You're just not, family.
Important family.
I'm family.
and Eddie and his dishwasher delivery. Thank you guys for joining on. Gary, thanks for joining us from the UK. We appreciate you making up there with the time difference and everything, staying up to be with us. Until next time, guys, make sure you collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including myself, because I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.